So we created the Challenges app, and in this new Challenges folder, which was then created automatically for us, we got a Migrations folder and then a bunch of Python files. Now, the Migrations folder is basically empty. It just has the empty init.py file, and we can ignore this folder for now. It will become important again later once we work with databases and models. But for the moment, we can ignore it. Now we got another init.py file which we can ignore, but now we got a couple of interesting files. We got an admin.py file, an apps.py file, models, tests, and views. Now the admin.py file will also become important later once we start working with the built-in administration area. I got a separate module dedicated to that, so for the moment it does not matter. And apps.py also doesn't matter too much at the moment. One thing to note here, though, is that this basically configures this Challenges app, this Challenges module, which we created, and here it, for example, gives this a name. We could change this name, but by default it matches the folder name, and this name is needed later to identify this app when we, for example, want to connect multiple apps and so on. Other than that, we can also ignore that file, though. The models.py file will become important once we start working with the database and we add data models to our project. So it will also become important later in a separate module. And the tests.py file will help us with automated testing and unit tests, something we're not doing here, so it also doesn't matter. Now, what will matter though is the views.py file. That's the file with which we're going to get started with in the next course section, because that is where we actually will write some logic for determining what we want to show to the users, to the visitors of our website. This is a super important file, and we are going to dive into this file and how to wire up this Challenges app with our project and how to get started with our own code in the next course section.